Revolution Golfers, Martin Chuck here, and welcome to the studio at the Raven Golf Club Phoenix. I think by now all the Revolution golfers know that I'm kind of a training aid guy, a gizmo guy. I've invented a few myself, the Tour Striker training products, and I also use a lot of training products developed by other professionals or golfers that just have a great idea. I want to introduce to you a simple one that I really think is going to help your golf game. It's called the Pocket Pin High Pro. It's a simple audible device that's going to give you a lot of insight to how you use pressure, how you transfer your weight, because let's face it, everybody out there in Revolution Golf, you want to play your best golf, you want to hit your longest shots. Well, if you don't know how to use the ground, you can't fire a cannon from a canoe, to quote Sean Foley, because if you don't use the ground properly, you can't rotate properly, you can't swing your arms at the maximum speed, you can't transfer that speed to the golf club head. So the Pocket Pin High Pro, you're going to be able to do that. Now, I use in the studio here, I've got some pretty high level stuff. You can see in this video right here that I'm using my body track, and in the body track, if I pull up body track right here, it really helps, it gives kind of the heartbeat of what's going on in the swing. You know, where my swing starts, how my weight pressure is sort of 50-50, 60-40 at the start, how my pressure goes into my trail foot, and then before I finish the top of my backswing, how that pressure transfers to my lead foot, and eventually momentum and mass and swing take me to a finish. What I want to show you is how little devices, in particular the Pocket Pin High Pro, really going to help you develop your skills so you can use the ground, finally transfer your weight properly, and hit your longest, most crisp golf shots. This is what I love about the Pocket Pin High Pro. One, it's very durable. I've had this one, we beat this one up quite a bit. I'm going to show you my favorite drills for you to gain awareness on how to use ground pressure if you don't have a fancy coaching mat, pressure mat like this great body track that I use. So with the Pocket Pin High Pro, the primary drill is simply to take this, it's got some grip tape on it, get your lead foot, in my case my left foot, get your lead foot on there. Now you can hear that, and I can feel that little click right there. When I hit a shot, I've got that clicked down. My backswing inertia, there's a moment there where I unweight my lead foot just a fraction to where you hear that little click. I reapply my pressure right there. That gets me in a strong position to go ahead and use the ground to shallow out and accelerate my swing bottom to hit my best shots. It's going to look a little something like this. You can hear a click as I kind of get organized and get comfortable over the golf ball. I'm anticipating that subtle unweighting and then into a finish, and naturally it's going to stay compressed in that condition of my finish. So that's a fantastic exercise. I've got my Pocket Pin High Pro under my lead foot. And then during my backswing, as I gather my energy and momentum, right now I feel a subtle unweighting where we get that click, where we just take pressure off of the Pocket Pin High Pro. And then right now that pressure is being re-established. The click happens, and I'm on my merry way into hitting a nice structured shot, crisp, long shot into full balance. My next favorite drill with the Pocket Pin High Pro, I use it underneath my trail foot. And the reason I like it here is because it helps me get into a ball striking rhythm, an address routine rhythm. You see, when a good player sets up to a golf ball, when they set into a shot, they're never just standing there static like a statue. They're always having this subtle motion, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Well, when I put pressure into the Pocket Pin High Pro, and then I take it off, my weight becomes 60-40 in my lead side, and when I go back and forth, now that's when I'm inspired to have a backswing with some speed and energy in it. If you want to hit it far, you have to have an energized backswing so that you can get into the ground, strike a shot, and you'll see how my weight came off of my trail foot. Let's go ahead and hit it. There's a bunch of clicks there. Another simple drill. Just take the Pocket Pin High Pro. We're not even going to step on it this time. Put it beside your trail foot, right by the trail heel. What I often see with poor strikers is this spin out move where they relocate the Pin High Pro. We don't want that. We want to keep that against the heel. And as we go ahead and take our weight toward our lead foot, we're banking that trail foot, not spinning it out. This is even great with short game. Go ahead and hit your short chips and pitches, put your weight, click it into your lead foot, leave it there, and from here, with that pressure there, you'll have a lot of consistency hitting those short shots. But let's face it, what do you want out there? You want distance. You want to crush the golf ball off the middle of the face. To do that, you have to learn how to use the ground properly. You have to learn how to put that pressure into the ground so that you can swing aggressively with your upper body with a structured lower body. Well, to do that, you have to learn how to transfer your weight properly. Use the pressure, use the ground. And the Pocket Pin High Pro, this simple little device, is the easiest device I've seen for the at-home club golfer to really become aware of what they're doing when they swing. So this is Martin Chuck signing off, endorsing the Pocket Pin High Pro.